All right, so now they supply new hose clamps, and you just hose clamp this onto the over pieces, to the new axle over axle pieces, those things. What's up, Brite Nation? Another day of cool things for the Bronco Raptor. Yes, we have some more goodies. These should be fun. These are performance gains this time. I'm not sure how many, I'll have to let you know, but today we are doing big white box. What could it be? That's right, a catback exhaust system from MagnaFlow for the Bronco Raptor. Personally, I think it sounds pretty good as it is. Like, you can almost hear the turbo spool, but I think we can clean this thing up. And from what they tell me, this exhaust sounds wicked in the Bronco. So it's gonna get rid of some things under here. It is catback, so it goes like basically from here through this muffler, gets rid of this guy. And then it's got these triple pipes here, because this one has, these two have butterflies for the straight through thing and crossover pipe and all that stuff. But let's get into this box and see what's in here. Just what I always wanted, a bunch of paper. Yay! I see some V-bands. We got some V-bands in here. There's another crossover pipe. Well, there's that piece with the extra guy in there. 2 mufflers. Tailpipe sections? What are those? I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if I can find the constructions for this, because I don't want to take off more than I have to. So I do like how every single piece of paper is like individually folded inside of the next one. This is ridiculous. Let me get these sorted out. All right. This is pretty well laid out. Shows you what's in the kit. Make sure you read all the constructions first, how to take it apart. Anyway, it looks like first step is we will get the rest of this exhaust out of here, and it comes off from right here. So we take them off here. We leave this, we leave the baffles or the bellows in there. We get rid of this guy, and then we get in here and there's 2 valves, the 2 valves that are up there. Disconnect these, pull these out, and then we'll have to take these off of the butterfly flappers, and then we'll get the rest of this exhaust out of here. I might save that. That might go on my Land Rover. Maybe. All right, so first things first, we have to loosen everybody up. So this flange, that flange, pull the electrical connectors off of these guys right here. Just 15 millimeters on all the rest of the bolts, and we'll drop it. Apparently there's noise over there. This pipe off, this pipe came right off, right? This pipe comes off here, but I gotta get that rubber guy off. But I can't get a tool in there to get it. It's halfway off right now. I do have to take that one off, but I can get that one off after I get that one off, because I'll have more room. I mean, I guess I'll keep hitting it with the pry bar. Maybe I'll put it back on and put more Walt Disney fluid in there. Well, I got it, and I almost lost the camera, but I got it. I finally got it. That's son of a, so that part's off. So now we just gotta pull the tail section out, and then we can drop the muffler section down and start putting the new stuff in. All right, let's get this out of here. I know you guys can't see me. Don't drop it. So we already did the connectors. We just need to take these 15s off real quick. Quick, right? Is anything ever quick? I mean, I have power tools for this, but who uses power tools? I should. Oh my God, come on. As Romero would say, you pooped. Beck says it too. That's where she got it. And it's out. Ta-da! All right, so now I do need to save these 2 motors, because the new exhaust has these flaps in it, and you just need these motors to control them. So there's just 2 10 mils, and I think you save the heat shields and everything. So let's go get those off. Oh, look at that, that was easy. Well, these aren't even in tight. Ta-da! There you go, it's 1 motor, 2 motors. Save the heat shields. I don't even know if you need to save the hardware yet, but we're saving it all. All right, once you get the motors off, you have to take this, I don't know, dust shield off. So take this dust shield off. or debris shield. And then inside of there is like a heat coupler. So this goes between the valve and the motor so that the motor doesn't get hot. We need to take both of these off and the dust shields. All right, next we want to take the top off of your valve supplied from MagnaFlow, and you want to close the valve. You want the valve closed when you put the adapter on here, the heat sink or the whatever you want to call it, but closed, so all the way to the left. And then you put your setup back on, tighten it back down. That guy, there it goes, pressed on there. Torque these guys back down, then you can install your motor. Once it's torqued down, you just take your motor and set your motor in here. I can get it, I swear I can. Anyway, all the way in here and down, and that valve should be closed, but I need 2 hands. And then once you have them located, they supply you with this little spacer and a 10 mil bolt, or an M6, which is a 10mm head. Tighten that up, and there is your valve. It says it's supposed to be closed, but I think what it's stating in the directions is the valve has to be closed because you have to clock this in. So it's always gonna be open a little bit. That's how you get it out. So anyway, they're both the same. So those 2 right there go in next. So another thing I noticed is that the factory pipe is all 2.5, and this is all 3-inch. So it goes straight from here, straight into 3-inch. It's got nice V-bands, which I love V-bands. These are my favorite. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed. The factory gaskets are still up here. They're reusable. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting this installed and starting from the front and going to the back. We don't tighten anything up. We run them down so that they're loose, and we install the whole exhaust first, and then we'll go back and tighten it, because if you start tightening it from the front to the back, something will get off and you'll have a hell of a time by the time you get back there. So let's go ahead and get this stuff up and installed. And we're back. So we did get this other muffler installed. They both point towards the drive shaft, as you can see. And then after that, you put this collector Y pipe on. Again, with the clamps, you really can't mess it up. It only goes on one way. So then the 2 valves go in, this one and this one. And then the collector with the other dump pipe. Don't forget to put the clamp on it. I didn't forget to put the clamp on it before you put it together, because then you gotta take it apart again. Now we get to do the over axle part, and I know you have to take the heat shield, the factory heat shield, off of that elbow. You have to take that off. They send you with new hose clamps, and you clamp it onto the other over axle piece. So next I'm gonna take that elbow heat shield off, and we're gonna get it installed onto that piece right there, and get it ready to hang. So the instructions say that you can use a pair of dikes to cut these bands off. I went and got my dikes, and you just cut the bands. All right, so now they supply new hose clamps, and you just hose clamp this onto the over pieces, to the new axle over axle pieces, those things. So in order for you to put that piece on, you have to first get the 2 pieces on. So I'll take a little bit of grease here. Take a little bit of grease, put a little bit in this little guy right here. Go up and over, install and twist like that. Then we'll spin the donut back down. Tell you what, this drive shaft is not in the greatest spot. It's right in my face. Well, that's weird. It's sitting really high. All right, let me reassess this part. All right, so now that we got some light, we're gonna try to put the left one on first with the hanger. I love this drive shaft. Yeah, I'll be honest. This part's a little up there. One step high. It's freaking right there, man. Ooh, these boys are tight. Heck yeah, finally. There she is. Now you just slide the cover over, but first you want to put 2 hose clamps on, 1 on each pipe, and then you just slide this guy. And this will come up and get tightened up there, and this one will get tightened up over that leg. But before I tighten those up, I'm gonna go get the tailpipe section. Now we have the last piece, tail section. So we need 2 more hose clamps. They're definitely tight. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty tight. Those are grommets, boy, that's for sure. Okay, so it is all in and it is all loose. So the next thing you want to do is just make sure everybody is in the right spot. We have the clamps on the right spot and they're tucked up out of the way so that you don't knock them on any dirt. Make sure the mufflers are away from the floor so they don't rattle on the floor. All the clamps are in the right spot and out of the way. And then we'll come back here. You make sure your valves are both pointed straight up and not into each other so that you can get the connectors on them. All these clamps will be right here, and then we'll tie the heat shield up in there. And then we'll go ahead and get everybody installed. Everybody tight, like it's not banging on the floor or anything. So that's what we got to do next. And these go up here, and we'll make sure those go on. I just make sure everybody's on the same side and not in the way. These are all on the left, these are all out on the right, and look all good. So now what we're gonna do is go through and tighten all this stuff up and make sure we check for clearance while we're doing it. All right, now we swap to the big guy. Listen to that power. Tight, yes. And then these go up there. So we're gonna have to put those on. Dang, I gotta get the ladder out. All right, all said and done. You can't even see it. She's under there though. It's tucked up there a lot tighter than the factory one was, and we never hit the factory one, so Kevin has put this thing through its paces. I'm gonna clean up and I'm gonna head inside, and I'll be back out here tomorrow and we'll see what it sounds like. We'll take it for a test drive and we'll get some sound clips and stuff, but I don't know how I'm gonna sleep tonight because I'm pretty excited for morning. We're gonna put her to bed tonight and get her out in the morning and see what it sounds like. All right, another beautiful day here in Utah. Let's see what this thing sounds like. All right, so we're out here in the normal road and we're in quiet mode. It's not very loud at all. See what happens when I click exhaust. It's a little louder. Definitely louder. It definitely has some pickup. You hear that turbo spool a little bit more. I don't know if the camera doesn't do it any justice though, I'm sure. God, these are fun. Oh, these are fun. Try to get some outside sound clips. All right, here's quiet mode. Sport mode. Jump up here on the freeway. That's not even full throttle. I'm not like half throttle. It doesn't drone at all. There's zero drone from the exhaust. But if I put it in quiet mode, oh yeah, it is quieter. It's definitely quieter. And here comes the rain, so you get to listen to that too. Feels a little restrictive too, and I think that's why it has that small little 2-inch X pipe in there. It keeps it quiet, restricts it a little bit. Still sounds good. Still sounds really good. I like it. I do like this in sport mode. It is more powerful. Sometimes it's just your ears playing tricks on you, but it definitely feels more powerful in sport mode. Like a lot more. Again, great job MagnaFlow. This thing is awesome. Pretty easy to install. 2 people is always better, but it can be done with 1 person. And as I pulled in the driveway, the Bronco decided to tell me that it needs an update, and it'll take 10 whole minutes. So while this thing updates before I shut it off, thanks for watching, guys. I really like this MagnaFlow exhaust, like a lot. But with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe and share. And remember, you can get all your Lite Brite merch and decals at litebritstudios.com. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. Oops. Oh. Microphone. This camera's so dirty. A little bit better? A little bit better. Ah, greasy fingers, you know, that's playing with grease all day.